Welcome back to RidezoneBikes, the home for real riders, hardcore reviews, and the best two-wheeled content on the internet. If speed, muscle, and attitude had a love child, it would be this monster at a 2025 Yamaha VMAX V4. Today, we're diving deep into a legend reborn. The VMAX isn't just a motorcycle, it's a declaration, a statement that raw power and timeless design still have a place in a world leaning heavily toward tech and subtlety. So grab your helmet and settle in, because this is not just a review, it's a full-throttle exploration of one of the most iconic muscle cruisers ever built, reimagined for 2025. Before we get into the nitty-gritty, let's take a moment to appreciate the legacy. The VMAX first thundered onto the scene in 1985 a V4-powered brute with drag bike DNA and cruiser charisma. It was outrageous, loud, fast, and utterly unapologetic. Over the decades, the VMAX gained a cult following. Riders respected its sheer audacity. It wasn't about finesse, it was about force. Fast forward to 2025, and Yamaha has done the unthinkable. They've brought back the VMAX, but this time it's smarter, sharper, and somehow even more aggressive. Let's get into what makes the 2025 VMAX V4 not just a revival but a revolution. Visually, the 2025 VMAX V4 is unmistakable. Yamaha didn't water down the aesthetics to chase trends. Instead, they leaned in hard. The new design retains that unmistakable beefy silhouette, with a massive fuel tank, now sculpted with sharper contours, an aggressive stance, and those signature side air intakes. But now it's all modernized. You'll notice LED lighting throughout, including a redesigned front headlamp cluster that's equal parts retro and cyberpunk. The rear tail section is tighter, sportier, and adds a sense of compact dynamism. The materials have been upgraded too. Brushed aluminum, high-strength steel, and carbon fiber accents give it a raw, industrial feel. The exhaust system is now a quad-outlet setup, styled aggressively on either side with heat shielding that looks like it belongs on a spaceship. It's brutal, beautiful, and instantly recognizable. Now to the heart of the beast, the V4 engine. The 2025 VMAX V4 carries a reworked 1,698cc liquid-cooled Dock V4 engine, a marvel of Japanese engineering. Yamaha didn't just copy-paste the old motor. This new power plant has undergone a total overhaul. More compact, more efficient, but still absurdly powerful. It produces a staggering 200 horsepower at 9,000 revolutions per minute and 124 pounds-to-feet of torque at 6,500 revolutions per minute. What's even more impressive is how it delivers that power. It's not peaky or twitchy, it's linear, like a tidal wave that never crests. Whether you're launching from a standstill or rolling at highway speeds, there's always torque on tap. Yamaha's engineers have fine-tuned the EQ, added ride-by-wire throttle, and integrated new variable valve timing to make the VMAX V4 both brutal and manageable. The engine is paired with a 6-speed transmission that's slick and responsive, featuring a refined assist and slipper clutch. You also get Yamaha's new bi-directional quickshifter, which works flawlessly in both directions, a huge plus when you're gunning it or tackling twisties. Now, the VMAX has always been a straight-line king, but the 2025 version is no one-trick pony. Yamaha has completely revamped the chassis. A new lightweight aluminum double cradle frame reduces overall weight by 18 pounds compared to the previous generation. That might not sound like much, but when you're talking about a machine this powerful, it makes a difference. The front suspension is a fully adjustable Kib 48mm inverted fork, while the rear gets a link-type monoshock with preload, rebound, and compression damping. The result, handling that's surprisingly nimble for a bike of this size. No, it's not a supersport, but the VMAX V4 is more agile and composed than ever before, especially when riding aggressively on open roads or in fast sweepers. With all this power, you need serious stopping capability. Up front, Yamaha has fitted dual 320mm discs with Brembo-style Yamaha monoblock calipers, and in the rear, a 298mm disc does the job. Braking is sharp, progressive, and reassuring. Yamaha's cornering ABS is standard, thanks to a new 6-axis EMU that also powers lean-sensitive traction control, wheelie control, and launch control. You also get multiple ride modes: A, Street, Sport, and Custom A, allowing you to tweak throttle response, traction sensitivity, and power delivery. The 2025 model comes with the full TFT display, a clean, bright, and customizable A with Bluetooth connectivity, GPS navigation, and performance analytics. One of the most improved aspects is rider comfort. The new VMAX has a redesigned saddle A wider, with upgraded foam density for long-haul comfort. The riding triangle has been subtly adjusted a slightly more upright with mid-mounted pegs that strike a perfect balance between cruiser and sport. The handlebars are now tapered aluminum with vibration damping, and both the clutch and brake levers are adjustable. Even the pillion seat is more practical, with a small backrest available as an accessory. Fuel capacity sits at 4.5 gallons, and with improved engine mapping, range is better than previous generations. So what makes the 2025 Yamaha VMAX V4 stand out in a market crowded with performance cruisers and naked bikes? First, a heritage with evolution. This is a bike that respects its roots while fully embracing the future. Second, that V4 power plant. It's not just rare, it's refined, monstrous, and deeply satisfying. The sound alone, a cross between a muscle car and a fighter jet, is enough to give any motorhead goosebumps. Third, presence. The VMAX doesn't blend in. It commands attention, whether parked or blasting down the freeway. In a world of look-alike motorcycles, the VMAX V4 is unmistakable. And finally, a versatility. You can cruise, you can tour, you can drag race, and you can carve. It's not trying to be everything to everyone, it's trying to be unforgettable. Mission accomplished. All this power and tech doesn't come cheap. The 2025 Yamaha VMAX V4 is priced at $23,999. That slots it above most traditional cruisers but still below some of the more exotic European muscle machines. For what you're getting, a one-of-a-kind V4 engine, premium components, and decades of legacy in a modern shell, it's a fair price for a true halo bike. And Yamaha has sweetened the deal with a 3-year unlimited mileage warranty, plus optional performance packages, including a V8 DRS exhausts, carbon trim kits, and drag-style bars for the purist. So, what's the verdict? The 2025 Yamaha VMAX V4 is more than a comeback. It's a statement piece, a thunderous return of a legend that refuses to be tamed. It's built for riders who don't just want to get from point A to B, they want to launch themselves between those points with a grin and a growl. If you're looking for subtlety or silent electric torque, this isn't the bike for you. But if you want a ride that looks like it was chiseled from metal, sounds like war, and moves like a missile, this is your machine. Thanks for tuning into RidezoneBikes. If you enjoyed this step,